Hi, and welcome back to Caboose Fresh. If you've been here before, thanks for keeping with us. If you haven't been before, I'll just tell you a little bit about what's going on here, what the concept is. So my name's Mark, and we've got our head chef Dan here, who's going to talk us through this. So I'm a complete novice, never cooked this before. Not really looking forward to it, to be quite honest with you. Dan's going to talk me through it. So everything, you'll have a bag, well, your stuff in. Everything's pre-measured. Comes, ready to go. You don't have to bother about looking at measurements, all the ingredients, etc. So you've got everything you need to go. So you've got your SOP or your recipe to follow. I've got mine's here. I've read through it. There's a bit of prep work to be done on this one, so there's some stuff that we do in advance. Really, because it's pretty basic stuff, and there's no point in standing there watching me go through it. So. I've done all that, as you can see. I've cooked the chicken, I've made the batter mix, I've chopped up the mushrooms, I've chopped the spinach. So I've done everything as far as I'm meant to have done as per the guide here, and we're ready to start cooking. So Dan, do you want to tell us a little bit about this dish before we get going?
Yeah, it's basically just something a little bit different. It's savoury pancakes. So basically the chicken legs are roasted, picked down, and then you fry it off into like a fricassee, which is like a French word for just frying loads of things together, You fill the savoury pancakes with that, roll it up, and just pour a lot of cheese sauce over the top. It's really nice. It's just something a bit different, and it's a bit of a challenge to make in the house, as you're about to see.
Yeah, it settles my nails quite a bit, that, actually.
It's just the pancakes, and it's just pancakes are stressful.
Right, so I've got the pan on, nice and hot. Do you want me to add some oil in there, or...?
Yeah, put a bit of oil in there, and then you're just going to fry the pancake in there. So what I always say, rather than trying to flip the pancake, is just fry it all the way on the bottom. Get a little bit of colour on the pancake once you pour it in. So obviously you've got to get 4 out of that mix that you've got there.
I don't get to toss it up in the air and catch it. No?
I wouldn't bother, because you're on video and it's just going to stick to the ceiling or something like that. Basically, I would fry it on the bottom, let it, and then turn the heat down, let it cook all the way through on the bottom side. Then when you get your little chopping board over there, just bang that out on top of it. So you're only cooking it on one side, but it'll cook all the way through,
Right. Okay, so I go for it then?
Yeah, go for it. So you need a quarter of that mix to go in there. You've got enough there for 4, so you need to make 2. Let's start with 1. Just swivel the pan handle around so it touches all the sides. So be nice and thin. And then just let it cook. And like I said, just get a bit of colour in the beginning, then just turn it down. And it's what I normally do for making pancakes like that. I mean, I'd rather get it right than rip it. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, it'd be comical if you want to give it a go throwing it like you can, but it wouldn't be me on a video. I wouldn't be throwing it on the video like no.
Will it not stick to the pan? No.
If it sticks a little bit, then you just use a lifter just to gently lift it up. It should be. It depends on the pan, to be honest. Like if it's a good non-stick pan, then you'll be fine. But if it's an old pan, you might need to lift it off a bit.
Okay, so how long will that take to cook?
It won't take long at all. You'll be able to see the top when the top's solid. So as soon as the pancakes are done, that's when you'll start everything else. By having the chicken, the chicken already picked down, it's all like pretty much last-minute jobs, apart from the bechamel sauce, which takes a few minutes. How's it looking?
It's nice, actually.
Right.
It's nice and brown on the bottom.
Right, so if the top of it's solid, there's no liquid on the top, you should be able to just flip it out onto that greaseproof paper you've got over there. If you just bang it on the bench, it'll just come straight out.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's solid yet.
No?
There's a little bit liquid there still.
You can even just stir it around a little bit, Just tip the liquid to the edges of the pan if you need to. But there's no rush for it, That should do it. To be honest, if you can move that on it like that without ripping it, it should be fine.
Ready?
Yeah,
Right, so just turn this upside down, knock it out.
Yeah, just bang it on there, exactly.
Whoa, look at that.
There you go, exactly. So then do the same again. You need a little bit more oil in. So what I would do, Mark, right? I would go and flip that one over.
What?
The one that you got over there, I would turn it over so the other side is so it doesn't stick to the paper. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's why you want me to do that, wasn't it?
No, exactly.
Okay, a little bit more oil in there then.
Yeah, and exactly the same process again. Like I say, you can make all four, but there's no point. As long as people get the gist, you just make two. That's what you need for this.
Okay.
Right now, you should be getting the milk hot. If you turn the stove on, you can start heating your milk up for the bechamel sauce while you're frying your last pancake. You need to have a little bit of nutmeg in that milk as well. The nutmeg's already weighed out for you there.
Okay. So I'll just chuck the milk in the pan.
Yeah, and add the nutmeg.
Nutmeg's here.
And then you can season that with a little bit of salt, Mark, but just be careful your pan doesn't catch fire.
I'm glad you're watching.
I would just chuck the pancake mix on now, and then you can let that slowly cook. You can add your salt to that milk and start getting that hot. Right now, once that gets hot, you need a little pan. You've got a little saucepan there. And see, you need to melt the 25 grams of butter in there, and then you'll add the flour to it, and then you cook that out slowly over a medium heat.
So the small amount of butter, yeah?
Yeah, the 25 grams of butter will go in there. Now, the last pancake, when you knock that pancake out, use that pan straight away to start frying the mushrooms off.
Right. Not quite done yet.
That's all right, just let it keep going.
I think I've probably put a little bit too much of the mix in this one, but it's meant to be for four, that, so.
Well, yeah, exactly. But also, I mean, it depends on how wide your pan is. Some people's pans will be a bit wider than that, or not as wide, you know.
Okay. Right, so do you fully melt this butter?
Right. Well, yeah. Once that's fully melted, you need to take a wooden spoon, add the flour to it. Okay, the 25 grams of flour, and then just beat that and cook it out. And your milk should be getting hot now, is it?
It's on the heat, yeah.
So as your flour and butter is cooking out, you need to have that milk hot, because that milk's going to get poured straight into there, into the flour and butter mix. That looks perfect, that.
I forgot to turn
And
the
then you
pan
can
down.
Sorry?
I forgot to turn the panel down to a low heat. It's okay.
Oh, no, that's fine. That's fine. So you can use that pan for your mushrooms, and you can start frying them straight away.
Woo. Oh, it's tricky to turn over.
That's all right. That'll be cool enough. They're fine. They're perfect, man. Exactly. So when your mix is done, you're just going to fill them pancakes as they sit there. So you turn that right up and chuck a bit of oil in, add the mushrooms. And like I've said to you before, but as soon as you add the mushrooms to the pan and you've seasoned them, don't start moving the pan straight away, because you need to let the heat get back into the pan. If you start moving it, it'll cool the pan down and then boiling the mushrooms. So just let the mushrooms fry and let them sit there for about a minute and get the heat there so they start frying.
The butter's melted.
Yeah, so add your 25 grams of flour to that, and then start beating that and cook it on a low heat, right? And you keep that moving, because it'll burn if you don't. And see your milk's boiling there as well, Mark.
Yeah, I've turned it off.
Right, okay. Right, that's good. So just cook that out for literally 30 seconds, and then you need to take a whisk, right, and add, say, half of that milk into that pan and whisk it.
Got this little whisk, is that okay?
That'll be fine, aye. Yeah, absolutely. Right, I will go for the milk in there now. Just half of it though. And then turn it down. As soon as it's thick, add the rest of the milk.
Oh, but the pancakes was a hard bit.
Right, so just whisk that, and then you're gonna finish that with the English mustard and the cheese, and a pinch of salt as well. So I wouldn't keep that on the heat for once it's the right consistency. Once it's quite thick, just take it off. That looks about right now, actually, Mark.
So off the heat.
Right, so a pinch of salt, just a little pinch, and then because the cheese is quite salty as well, mind. Right, so then you need to chuck the cheddar in there and the English mustard, and that's the sauce finished. Just stick that to one side. Are your mushrooms all right?
Yeah, do you want me to give them a little mix up then?
Ah, you can now, right? And then make sure you don't boil that sauce once the cheese is in. If you boil cheese, it splits.
Well,
So
it's
just
off
whisk
the
that
heat.
in. Yeah, that's fine. Aye, it's fine.
Add the mustard.
Yeah. Is that about 1 teaspoon there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Right. Then just whisk that and set it to one side. How's the sauce looking? Is it quite thick or is it thin or?
Yeah, it looks lovely and thick.
Right, is it the right consistency to be able to pour it?
No, I'd probably need to spoon it.
Right, so I would say just if you want to add a little bit more milk if it's too thick, just depends on your preference. As long as you can spoon it over the pancakes, it's fine.
Just a bit of cold milk.
Yeah, just to thin it down, just whisk that straight in. But it's personal preference. If you prefer it to be thicker, then you can keep it thick. But you know, it's nice just to be able to pour it.
Yeah, that looks a lot better.
Right, spot on. Aye. Right. So just stick that to one side, and then what you want to do is add the spinach and the chicken to the mushrooms with the butter. Right, then you want the spinach straight on there. And then top it off with the chicken.
Chicken in there?
Yeah, go for it. But don't cook the spinach too much, you know, because it wilts quite fast. So that'll be done in about 30 seconds, you know, just give it a good toss and then lift it off. So bear in mind as well, you've got enough chicken and mushrooms water there for 4 pancakes. You're only filling 2, so you should have half that mix left. You can always finish that with a squeeze of lemon juice if you like, but I mean, it's not essential. You don't really need to. I would just do it as it is, but if you want to put a bit of lemon juice on, you always can. Right now, you can start putting that. You can start sticking all that the chicken and stuff into them pancakes and rolling them. So you need it one line down the middle. So I wouldn't put that on just yet, Mark. I would roll the pancake up first and then pour the sauce over the top of the rolled pancake.
pour some over?
Yeah, just pour it over each pancake, just a little bit. You won't need a lot. That looks spot on. That's it. That's it. You can always finish it with some chopped chives if you like, or you can finish it with a squeeze of lemon juice, like I say. But it doesn't need it really. It's quite simple, and it should be delicious. That.
There you go. What do you think?
It looks lovely, man. It looks lovely.
They do look nice.
It is.
Right, the pancakes is the most stressful bit.
It is horrible. Because if that sticks to the pan, you're not going to have a nice video.
No. Well, like I said before, I'm a novice, never done that before, as you can probably tell. And the idea being, if I can do that, then you can definitely do it too. So, as a dish, I would never have put pancakes with chicken or cheese sauce. So, I'm sure it's going to be nice. And like I said, the idea is to get you doing new things and using food in a different way. It's quite fun. Maybe get the kids involved in making the pancakes and stuff like that. Because this is all about not only getting some good fresh ingredients in, is to give our bodies the right fuel. It's also about taking your mind off stuff that might be going on at the moment and giving you something to focus your attention on for an hour or so. And that certainly does that. While you're making pancakes, you can't think about anything else, I can guarantee you. So yeah, that's that one. So enjoy. Be sure to check out the rest of our menu. Look at the different dishes we've got on there. They're all quite challenging and different in their own way. And Dan will talk you through how to do them in any case. So there's nothing on there that you can't do. So once again, thanks very much, and thanks Dan for your help.
Yeah, thank you. Cheers.
Okay, great. Cheers. See you later now.